up and rolling on this fine morning. Temperature's way better than it was yesterday. I drew the whatever length straw. I showered this morning versus last night, so a little bit earlier up and move. There's an event just up the road we want to try and hit while it's still a thing. And today is going to be the longest drive we have so far. So let's get on the road a little earlier is the idea anyway. But it's about 7:30. We wanted to hit the road by 7, which is a little optimistic. I think Johan ended up getting something he didn't agree with. I think we're going to meet him a little further down the road. But yeah, welcome to the morning of day 4. We are just rolling into Rolla, Missouri. They're doing a spread for the PowerTour group coming through. Again, 100th anniversary, Route 66. Most of these towns are on 66. So we are trying to get there. So far, it doesn't look like traffic's too bad. But we'll see. They're supposed to have, a specific dedicated parking area. And what was the next town, 12th? Or the next road, 12th?
Yes.
Okay. Some commemorative gifts, things like that. But they seem to be rolling out the red carpet for the PowerTour group. So we will stop in and see what it's all about and maybe snap a couple of pictures. Take a minute, stretch our legs, and get back on the road. Just rolled in. This seems to be the most organized yet, but it's early. They don't have all 6,000 of us here yet. But there's a few PowerTour folks who've showed up. I think they probably have a couple of different parking lots throughout the area. We'll walk around, stretch a little bit, get some pictures. We saw some murals, and kind of see what the shindig's about. That was a really nice little stop. Town really did a good job rolling out the red carpet for the group. Well organized. The people were extremely friendly. A lot of photo options. They got a little commemorative dash plaque tin kind of thing. And we have an impatient driver. Anyway, it's a really nice little stop. Got a chance to get out, walk around a little bit. But we're back on the road to our next stop. And yeah, might be a little bit of a surprise. So every stretch of somewhere in Americana has got some type of tourist trap. We've got Wisconsin Dells up by us. There's Waldrug. There's all kinds of little places. So apparently Missouri has their own. So the Uranus Fudge Factory. I'll give you 5 seconds to make whatever joke you need to. Okay, done. Grow up. Anyway, we are going to stop here. There's a bunch of cars that are here anyway as part of one of the official stops. So we're going to walk around and see what there is. We did catch a little bit of breakfast just up the road. Just got a McDonald's sandwich. Yeah, we're going to walk around a little bit more and then head on to the next one. Well, that was something. But we've had it fill. We're moving on. Whatever the next site is to see, I guess. But lots of cool cars. Obviously, they really buy into who they are here. They make no qualms about it. Even for me, just a little bit much. But having said that, this is a cute little place. If you ever come through, it's worth at least one stop. All right, we're going to do a small stop in Lebanon, Missouri. We're at the library with the Route 66 Museum. We're going to be able to get a sticker for our Route 66 book. Take a look. There's a couple things in town we're going to stop and look at. And of course, we've always got the other cars that have stopped as well. Some of them we've seen at other locations. Some of other ones are not ones we've necessarily stopped with before. So again, pictures where it matters. We'll take a look at a few things, show you what we're looking at. Well, that was some of the finer points of Lebanon, Missouri. So a lot of Route 66 presence here with the park and the library and gift shop and museum. Now we're going to hit one more place for a fuel stop just while we're out, and then we're going to head to the venue. Well, gassing up in a Buc-ee's, I always envisioned what this thing would look like in a PowerTour stop, and it doesn't disappoint. Well, we're in Springfield trying to get to the venue. Again, just a little bit mismanaged. I don't think the site's going to be big enough for everybody. They've got a bunch of different parking lots around the campus. Springfield is home of O'Reilly Auto Parts, if anybody cares. Again, you've got some impatient people jump in line, just being jack wagons on the road. It is what it is, I suppose. But today's probably going to be a real short day. Between my knee acting up, Johan, are you sure?
Yes.
Because everybody else just went straight. All right, just making sure. Johan not feeling well, my knee acting up. The heat of the day, just it may not be a super long day at the venue anyway. And there's not a whole lot going on. Again, the midway hasn't changed. There's no events, no racing, anything like that. So we'll see if we can see a couple of cars while we're out and about. But, you know, public service announcement today will probably be our shortest day in the venue. But we'll see. We're seeing some of the parking lots. We're seeing where some of the folks are getting parked. So we'll see if we can get in here. And if Johan has found his way here, I might have to give him a call. But we'll get it figured out. Well, the signage could have been better, but we're in the lot just waiting on the traffic to get parked so we can get into a spot. Yeah, they didn't sign it real well. We just kind of took a shot on the turn. Cat was right. And got us where we needed to go. We'll give you 7 points just for this time.
Heck yeah! That's like double what I had before.
But yeah, we're gonna try and find a spot to park. I will walk around, take a little bit of look at some of the cars. I think I'm gonna go a little more.
I know.
Oh, that's not a Subaru. That's
I know.
Okay. Anyway, we'll get parked. We'll see y'all in a minute. pretty easy getting out of the venue today. Just right off the highway, which led to the interstate. So we're heading to Joplin for tonight. We got one other stop when we get to Joplin we're going to consider making. There is potential for rain, so we'll see what weather looks like when we get there. We'll be there overnight tonight, and then again we're going to wrap up in Tulsa. There'll be about 2 or 3 things in the morning maybe that we'll stop and see before we get to the event. We need to stick at least through 3 o'clock. We need to get there before and stick around at least through 3 o'clock because that's when they're doing the drawing for the transmission. And then we'll figure out what we're doing on the way home. Train of thought.
Wham!
Yeah, right? that derailed. Car of the day. So at mine, I've actually got 2 of them. One of them is an old Ford Courier. And the reason why I'm calling 2 of them is that one I actually saw for the first time at Buc-ee's when we stopped for fuel. You don't see many of them on the road at all. And then, oddly enough, he ended up being parked about 3 cars away from us when we were leaving the venue. I'm parked next to a V8 Ranger that I was showing Austin. And I got to chat with a kid. And he said he wasn't even originally going to bring it. He had hurt his foot and was going to V8, or was, going to T5 swap it. So he was able to bring it, and they kind of slapped together the Ranger in a hurry to get, if I remember the story well. Real cool group of guys. I chatted with the one at Buc-ee's, chatted with the actual owner of it at the venue. So that was pretty cool. As far as the actual car of the day from the show, there was a wicked blue Model T. And I use that phrase kind of sparingly because there's not a lot of that left. That was Model T. That thing was worked over top to bottom, and obviously I've got some pictures of it, but that was a very well done, had to have been a very expensive build. A little bit more, normally I like the ones that are still in progress, but I have to say that one was definitely an eye catcher. Kat, yours of the day?
I have 3.
What have you got?
The Grammy.
Yep, we saw a green Gremlin, real similar to what Dave turned to the Hemi Grammy.
Yep. The Eagle.
There's the Eagle sedan. Usually you see them in the wagon form. Yeah, this one was I forget what the actual designation is, but this one was the 4-wheel drive sedan.
And the backwards truck.
Yep, and we did see, I have to make sure I've got the right picture. I'm sure I didn't get a good enough video of it, but there's a guy when we were leaving, was driving up the highway backwards, like in between the lanes. Come to find out, that's just how he built it. It was a backward driving truck. So we got a couple of pictures of it. We'll see how they turn out, if I'm able to include them or not. Looks like Kat got a pretty good one. I'll get loaded in here. If it's not before this spiel, it'll be after. But yeah, a couple of really good ones. Austin's not really paying attention. He had let me know, what was your car of the day today? There was an LS swapped RX-7. I'm not sure anybody got a picture of it, but it's actually pretty popular to do either like small block Fords, or now these get more popular to do LS swaps into RX-7s. So we'll see if maybe we can find it if he's going to Tulsa tomorrow. See if we can find it and shoot. I'll include a picture of it with a tag from today. Yeah, those are definitely our cars of the day. But yeah, like I said, we're heading to Joplin now. One more site to see. Find a place we're going to stop for supper. Not as warm as we thought it was going to be. My knee's not quite doing as bad as I thought it would. Not great, but not horrible. We might jump in the pool again a little bit. We'll see how things are going. But yeah, pretty good day today. Ended up stopping and doing more on the drive up than I thought we were gonna, and that was all good. Again, as confusing as it wasn't a real long time to get into the venue. We walked around more than I thought we were gonna. Austin went on to the midway. He had to get a stamp for what his card for one of the drawings he's going to try and be in tomorrow. But yeah, a little more laid back, a little bit different atmosphere, a little bit different layout than what the other days have been. So still good time had. Yeah, Blue got a lot of compliments today. So a lot of them for, the few people like dogs aren't allowed in the venues. A lot of people love seeing Blue and giving them pet pets. My dogs are all jerks. I can't bring them on. They're not people friendly, or not public friendly, I should say. But it's kind of fun having Blue along. It tapers off a little bit of the homesick of our pups. But anyway, I said we're en route to the hotel. Wrapping up day 4. We'll see if we see any cars at the hotel. So far, every hotel we've stopped at, we've seen at least a couple. I know I didn't get much of a walkthrough last night afterwards. There was only about 3 or 4. And everybody had kind of gone in by the time we got home from everything, or to the hotel, excuse me, from what we were doing. But yeah, we'll finish out the drive and see what's there when we show up. All right, we're doing a real quick stop before we get to the hotel. Those of you that have watched any of my travel episodes know that we really like natural scenic beauty. And Kat found something right here in Joplin that is worth stopping to take a look. So I guess this is called Grand Falls. Looks to be slightly built off of some type of dam structure, but I don't know much about it. But Kat found it. Gonna take a look. One of the things Abby asked for, she couldn't make the trip. She wants to find kind of a cool rock. So see if there's anything that jumps out here while we're here.
I'm gonna try and get a lot on this rock.
Checked into the La Quinta in Joplin, and of course there's PowerTour cars here. Just really quick walk around. There's a Mustang and a wagon. There's another Mustang coming down this way, another Mustang, a wagon, a Chevelle. So yeah, all up and down the route. We'll see how many more. We jumped out a little bit early. We'll see how many more of them show up tonight. So kind of lucky we got the room and the add-on for Johan tonight. And then that will probably be our supper tonight. All right, we just got done having supper at Roadhouse. Ran to Menards and got some essentials. And it is looking pretty rough coming in. We've got a few more vehicles that have shown up that look like they're all PowerTour vehicles. We'll see what it looks like when the sun goes down into our final walkthrough, maybe. I know I didn't last night. We'll see how it goes tonight. But there's plenty of folks here. We've chatted with a couple of them. But if I don't get back to it, we're going to go in. We're going to change. We're going to maybe hop in the pool again for a little bit because we are kind of early. And then we will make our plan for tomorrow. Well, I changed my mind on the walkthrough. This is a beautiful example. This actually looks like something I could do with that 55 Buick that I've got. Similar body lines. Beautiful car. I will say, I don't know if it conveys on the phone or not, but this is a trippy hallway. Almost like if you've ever seen The Shining. Weird proportioned hallway. All right, we're getting ready to bed down for the night. We spent a little bit of time in the pool, kind of relaxed, had a little bit of community time, but we're all cleaned off, rinsed off, and getting ready to drop it for the night. Tomorrow is going to be another kind of intermediate ride. I've got a couple of things we want to stop and see, and then we'll have the wrap up. We'll get to the venue, get our tickets stamped, and then they've got the drawing for Tremec transmission at 2 o'clock. We'll have, between all of us, we should have 8 chances to win. I think it'd be really cool if I get that TKX slapping in my convertible Fairlane. But we'll see how things go. Either way, so far it's been a pretty decent trip. Yeah, you had some lines. Yeah, you had some heat. Yeah, you had some weather. But still, all in all, I'll say it every day. It still beats, a week at work. So the last couple times we were only able to do a couple of days. So this time being able to do the full week is fun. And again, it kind of lights a fire to try and get a few of the other projects going in a little bit better condition than they are. But for now, we're going to wrap up the night, and we'll see everybody tomorrow.
Dirty